Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Wednesday, guys. Want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well as seasoned. Got a word for you. Tap in. Happy Wednesday, guys. Quick word, and that is, it was only for a season. It was only for a season. It was only for a season. Okay, guys, so to those of you who are on this journey to destiny, as you know by now, you encounter different seasons. Well, some seasons required an individual, another fleshly being, to either open the door, get something started, whatever the case may be. And now you may be in a season where God is requiring you to cut that person off for whatever reason. You may know the reason and you may not know the reason, but ultimately, God will require some of you to remove the people who opened the door. So you may have been at the very beginning of the journey, years and years ago, potentially for some, where God used a person, because many times God will use a person. Most times he will use a person to open a certain door or to accomplish something to kind of get you going. But then what happens is, as time goes on and God starts to increase your faith, he will cause some type of conviction to let you know, hey, that season is over. And you're going to be stuck with the fact of, well, what am I going to do? Because this person is who opened the door. This person is the one who have all the ins and out. This person is the safety net. But see, now God have to increase your faith, and he can never increase your faith if you're relying on a person. The person only opened the door. The person only gave you your footing. So faith, this is a faith move. So you're going to have to trust that when he's telling you to remove the person, it could be for different reasons. It could be just because the season itself is up. Or it could be that this person can be moving shisty. Or this person, let me tell you, I don't think people really know, right, that some of the people that they have in their corner can be the same people that cause their destiny to tank, because you got certain people around you who are not moving from the right motives. I've been around people, and the person themselves is beautiful, right? Not physically, but well, whatever. The person themselves is beautiful, meaning their heart is in the right place, all that stuff. But they have a person or persons around them, and the person is moving not from the right motives. And anybody who has great discernment or wisdom, God will show you that. And then what will happen is you'll start pulling away from the person because of the individuals around them. So you have to be very careful about the people that you have in your camp. You got to be sure that their heart posture and the purity of their heart is the same as yours. So when God convicts you to start moving people, that's important, because the persons are going to block your blessings or cause it to eventually come to an end. So years ago, I was told to remove a certain person who had opened certain doors. And I was like, God, this don't make any sense, because how in the world X, Y, and Z? And then God came in because of my obedience. Remember, my obedience is on fleek. Obedience is the key. Well, I didn't have the answers and I couldn't see how I could move forward, but I was obedient to what he told me to do. When I did that, God came in and gave me certain downloads. He gave me certain revelations that only could make sense in a supernatural way. So everything that this person, what I thought could have done, could have X, Y, and Z, well, because I moved them, God then came in and took over and then advanced me further. But if I had kept the person around, I would have tanked. Matter of fact, now that I think about it, the very first time I felt a conviction to pull away, it was one of those situations like, well, God, I don't know. I'm still struggling here. And so I was disobedient, not intentionally, right? I just didn't know how it could work from the faith point yet. And because I made my head hard, then something set me back. So you see how you can get setback. So sometimes the setback is not even about God taking too long. It's about your disobedience. So when God convicted me to say, all right, I'm going to set you back a couple of months because you want to still stay around someone that I told you the season is up, I'm now taking over. And so once I got that conviction and I saw how I got set back, instantly, I removed the person and boom, instantly God came in and accelerated me like 5 levels, all because of the obedience of removing the person. So your heart can be great. Your heart can be pure. Your motives can be pure. But you can have one person around you. One. And sadly, sometimes you may not even be able to see certain things within that person. So if God is calling you to reposition someone, cut someone off, whatever the conviction is, and he's telling you this is a faith move, you're going to have to trust him. God will give you the ins and outs. A person is not, we can't keep making people God. And I know it feels more comfortable to do that because faith is not the easiest thing. But when you see his track record and how he moves, then it will be easier. It will be easier. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing the ins and outs and the details that God will give you from the supernatural realm. It's so mind-blowing that you have to be careful even trying to have this conversation with a person who don't understand how God works supernaturally, because it wouldn't make any sense. They will think you're a Looney Tune because there's no way certain things can happen if someone can't understand how God works supernaturally. So I wanted to share that. If God is asking you to remove someone, if you're getting a conviction to say that season is up, for whatever reason, again, it may just be something as innocent as the season is over and God wants to step up your faith game. Or again, you could potentially have people around you and you're not even seeing their true motives, right? Their true heart posture, and they're blocking your blessings. This is why you're losing people. This is why you're stagnant, because there's somebody in your camp. Their spirit isn't right. You guys have a great one. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.